What's up, y'all? Eddie Islas here with the first ever Eddie Islas Q&A here on my channel, Martinete Productions. And I posted on Facebook. I did a post on Facebook say asking people to send me their questions regarding wrestling, whatever regarding Eddie Islas, and I'm gonna be reading off all the questions I got for you guys and answering each and every single one of them as detailed as possible. And well, yeah, let's go ahead and get to them. First question here in the first ever Eddie Islas Q&A comes from Days. What's been your favorite match so far? So far, my favorite match, I would say, has to be the one from February against Bestia 666, only because he is an international superstar, and it's the first time I ever got to wrestle someone international like that. It was a real pleasure for me to be in the ring with him, and yeah, that's my favorite match so far. I mean, I've had other matches, but I think that one is the biggest one I've had so far. Next question. All right, second question of the day comes from Gino Told You So, aka Gino Rivera, and he's asking, "Why do you keep ducking me, bro? Come on." You see, there's a reason why. There's actually two reasons why you and I have not faced each other in the ring yet. Number one, we have never worked at the same show or the same promotion at the same time. And number two, and most importantly, because you live like 2 states away from me, bro. Come on, it's not like I'm gonna go look for you. However, if you ever happen to be here in San Diego, you know where to find me, brother. Fist Comeback, SoCal Pro, wherever. You know, this is actually something inevitable. Something is gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna happen. It's gonna take place, bro. Just be patient. I'm patiently waiting here, like 50 Cent, bro. Patiently waiting. And when the time comes, you're gonna find out who Eddie Islas is, Vato. All right, man. Third question. Third question comes from Gael Rocha. This question's in Spanish, so I'm gonna go ahead and translate it. And he's asking, ¿a qué empresa te gustaría entrar? ¿Y qué rivalidad te gustaría iniciar y por qué? Okay, what he's asking is, which promotion would I like to work for, and what kind of story would I like to be in? One of my favorite wrestling promotions has always been TNA, now Impact Wrestling. I've always been a fan of TNA. I haven't followed it as much recently or lately, but I've always really enjoyed their product. I always like their look. They have a pretty unique look and stuff. So I would love to one day wrestle at TNA. And in terms of storylines, dude, what else? Where else were Eddie Islas fitting better than LAX? Definitely LAX would be one of my goals. I would love to be a part of LAX in TNA already. Question number 4 of the day. It says, Kelvin Klein, most favorite promotion you've worked for? I haven't been around that long. Eddie Islas has really only wrestled for a couple, maybe not even 2 years yet. So my favorite, I've only wrestled for SoCal Pro and Fist Combat, mainly those two. I've done one and off appearances for other shows like Shining Burning Wrestling and LLII, and I did another match for. I also did a match for Level Up Wrestling, but I will have to. The main two are SoCal Pro and Fist Combat, without a doubt. Uh, Question number 5. Alan Pena. Peña, Eñe, with the N with a little thing on the top. Eñe. That's how we pronounce it that's how Latins pronounce it. The Eñe. It's not N, it's Eñe. Alan Peña is asking, have you ever considered being repackaged? Well, quite frankly, to be honest with you, bro, Eddie Islas is a repackage. He's a repackaging. I used to have a different gimmick before I began working as Eddie Islas. I've only picked up Eddie Islas as of oh, I'll say August of 2018. That's how long I've been Eddie Islas for. Before that, I used to have wrestle under a different gimmick, different name, different look, completely different look. I used to wrestle under a mask. I actually still wrestle under a mask from time to time. That's why I'm not gonna go too much into details about what that character is or who it is. But yeah, Yeah, Eddie Islas is definitely a step up from the other wrestler I used from the other gimmick I used to have. Um, and yeah, I mean Eddie Islas is definitely clicking more with the fans as opposed to the gimmick I used previously. But I still use the other gimmick from time to time, so I'm not gonna go ahead and uh, talk about who the other gimmick is. If you could guarantee that you'd accomplish one thing in your wrestling career, what would you want to do? Okay, first question for Andrew Martin. What is it that I would like to accomplish in my wrestling career that would be guaranteed? Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be the one to go ahead and break the Undertaker's WrestleMania winning streak. So, already, question number three from Brandon Martin. What was your favorite memory of wrestling? I'm sorry, what was your first memory of wrestling? My first memory of wrestling was when I was 4 years old. I remember that my aunt came home one time and she brought me a picture. It was this picture. His name is Mascara Sagrada. He was my favorite wrestler when I was a little kid, and she actually brought a picture of him. And I remember I kept that picture under my mattress, and every single time I would go and whenever I was found myself alone or whatever, I would go look at the picture and look at my idol that in a picture that was under my mattress. So that's my first memory of wrestling. Because I mean, really, Mascara Sagrada was just look at his outfit, man. Great outfit. You know, really, just a good wrestler all around. Next question from Brandon Martin. Who was who was your favorite wrestling growing up? Oh, I had many favorite wrestlers growing up. Quite frankly, I was more into lucha libre when I was growing up because I lived in Mexico for till I was 9 years old. So I would watch Atlantis, Mascara Sagrada. As I got a little bit older, I used to watch Shocker, Universo 2000, Satánico, all them great wrestlers. Rey Bucanero specifically, another good wrestler, Rey Bucanero. Here we go. Another question. What was the first live show you attended? I remember there was a show in my city. It was kind of like a local promotion that brought in stars from a CMLL one time, and I saw that was the first time I saw Atlantis. I remember I bought one of his masks when I was a little kid too. But Atlantis, that's the first show I remember going to. I was about maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5 years old, maybe. And here in the U.S., when I got to San Diego, I didn't go to any wrestling shows until I went maybe to 2013. That was my very first wrestling show that I attended, and that was a WWE house show. And it's funny because that thing I had already bought some tickets to go to the first TNA show here in San Diego. The first TNA it was gonna be Bound for Glory 2013, and I had already bought my tickets for the show. I'm sorry, and I ended up and right before that show came, WWE decided to do a house show here in the sports arena, and I ended up going to that one first. So that was my first live show I attended. And let me see next question. When do you know you want to become a pro wrestler? Um, quite frankly, that's always been my dream to become a pro wrestler ever since I have memory because I've been watching this since I was very, very young. According to my mom, I've been watching pro wrestling since I was like 8 months. She used to sit me down in front of the TV when I was 8 months old and watch wrestling every single Sunday. So, yeah, I've always wanted to do that every single time. I've always wanted to do that. I've always envisioned myself as a little kid being a wrestler, wrestling. I used to draw my own masks. I used to draw my own outfits. I used to have names and stuff when I was like freaking 9 years old. So that's something I've always wanted to do, and thank God I'm doing it. I'm really, I'm really happy with the few things I've accomplished, quite frankly. So let's see where we at right now. Which wrestlers do you draw inspiration from? I actually posted about it the other day. This is the wrestlers that I got my inspiration from for this gimmick right here. As you can see, this gimmick has a lot of Eddie Guerrero, Homicide, and Rey Mysterio Jr. in him. I mean, my attitude, I could probably say my attitude comes from Eddie because of the whole like the goofy way he used to play around. He always looked like a cool dude to hang out with and stuff. My in ring style, I could say I got a lot of it from Homicide. Homicide has a he's one of those dudes that's actually he's a lightweight, but he's not a high flyer. You know, he's got a pretty cool style, and I always like to not imitate, but have something similar to what he does in the ring. And well, my the look and the outfits they all come from Ray Jr. That's where I normally like to look at what he used to wear, specifically when he used to be in the Filthy Animals, and that's what I used to that's what I like to wear, the stuff that he used to wear because it's all really cool, and it goes with the gimmick too. Uh, all right, next question from Andrew Martin. It says, "Who have you learned from the most, either from training or studying?" Um, well, training. I trained at SoCal Pro Wrestling. Before that, I used to train at the OWA corner. That's what it used to be called. And I trained there with people like Huracan. That was like the main guy there. Huracan, the one that was training mainly. And when I got to SoCal Pro and started learning the American style, I trained with a lot of the great, a lot of great people, a lot of great wrestlers such as the Dark Usagi, Brian Kidd, um, Anthony Idol. Those are all the guys that taught me the American style of wrestling. But I'm trained on both styles, lucha and American style. But yeah, those are the ones that taught me. I mean, also there's also been I also trained with people like SoCal Crazy and then that were there on and off. But yeah, those are the main ones. All right. What do you feel your biggest accomplishment as a wrestler has been so far? Well, I mean, I won a title. I actually won the hybrid pro championship for like an hour last year actually at the 4th of July last year from Dirty Ron. So far that's it's right here. See, that's my biggest accomplishment so far. Next question. It says, what do you what do you want fans to think when they see you? Well, basically I just want fans to have a good time when I'm in the ring. Specifically, I pretty much just want fans to go out there and have fun and watch me wrestle, and know that I'm not gonna get mad if they go ahead and yell something at me or whatever. Nah, and I really like fans to enjoy my work in the ring. Alrighty, now we're gonna move out of the Brennan Martin section of the chat and let's go to Chris Gimlin. Chris Gimlin says, "What's your favorite match you wrestled so far?" I already answered that. The one with Bestia. Who would your dream opponents be to work with? Oh my God. Okay, my dream opponents. I would like to. If there's one guy I would like to wrestle in all of wrestling right now, it would definitely be Negro Casas. Negro Casas is one of my idols. I think Negro Casas is one of the best wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots. This guy is about 60 years old and he's still at a very high level on his career. So definitely one of my favorite one of the wrestlers I would love to wrestle. One of the guys I love to wrestle before he retires is Negro Casas. And also, I would love to be in the ring one day with Psychosis. Psychosis, Nicho el Millonario, the original one. He was a great inspiration to me. One of the best wrestlers in the world. One of the ones that actually left the name of Mexico pretty high up in the pedestal. So Ray Jr. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, Ray Jr. too, but I mean, we already know what the odds of that are. So Negro Casas and Psychosis those are definitely in my two to wrestle with list. Next question from Chris Gimlin as well is, what's your favorite match what was what's your favorite match as a fan? My favorite match as a fan would be I got many matches that I like to watch. I like the Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker match from '02. The ladder match they had at Raw. Another match that I really enjoyed was, and it's a kind of a hidden gem. It's William Regal versus Chris Benoit at No Mercy 2006. That match was great. If anybody, I really recommend anybody to go out of their way and watch that match because William Regal versus Chris Benoit, No Mercy 2006. That's the match you guys gotta watch. And well, anything involving Chris Benoit and Angle has been a favorite pretty much. Benoit and Guerrero, so anything involving them two. All right, and now it's time to move on to the final question of the video. I actually left this question for last because I want to elaborate a little bit on it. I want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. Give my opinion on it, and it says, and it's from Mikey Gordon from Fist Combat, definitely Mikey Gordon. Thank you for asking this question. Why do people love you so much? I enjoy your work immensely. All right, buddy. Let me tell you. I don't know exactly why, but I want to elaborate on this real quick. You see, I think people. I mean, I've always gotten a great reaction from the fans, from the crowd. I'm nothing but grateful for all those fans that go and cheer me on and stuff. Now, why do they like me so much? Here it is. I think what I try to do when I'm wrestling, when I'm at a show, at any wrestling show, I try to go ahead and be accessible to people. Like I know I don't want people to think that they can't approach me or that they can't come to me and ask me for an autograph or a picture. I will always be down to take a picture with any fan that wants a picture. I'll always be down to sign an autograph, whatever. Why? Because I was in their shoes before I used to be a fan. And when I was a fan, I saw a lot of things that I did not like from wrestlers. I saw a lot of wrestlers blowing fans off or just ignoring them or just, a quick, hey, what's up, and just leaving like that. That is not right. You see, from my point of view, we as performers, as wrestlers, we actually owe everything we got to the fans. Because if it wasn't for the fans that go to the shows, if it wasn't for the fans that spend their money there, then promoters wouldn't do wrestling events. Therefore, we would be out of a freaking job. So I really dislike when I see wrestlers pretty much being assholes to fans because, like I said, that's the reason why we're there. We are there for the fans. We are there to put on a show and to have the fans get their money's worth. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen wrestlers being dicks to fans, and it just pisses me off insidely. Inside, I don't go out. I don't go to a wrestler, and I don't go to. I haven't gone to anybody and told them that they're assholes or anything, or that I don't like them when I see it, because I think everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own. They do what they want pretty much, but from my point of view, what I want to go ahead and transmit to the fans is that I understand. I understand where they're coming from because I used to be a fan too. I used to go to shows, buy my tickets, pay for my stuff, buy merchandise. I used to be just like them. And I understand where they're coming from, spending their hard earned cash in a wrestling show. And, just the fact that they sometimes get like blown off and stuff by the wrestler who are they're buying merchandise from is just freaking weird, dude. It's just you have no idea how much it pisses me off. So I try to interact as much as I can with the fans, and unfortunate, yeah, I've seen so many of the guys just been so rude to so just being rude to the fans, and I can't do that, man. I just can't handle that. I think that we as performers, we really owe everything we got to the fans. We really need to go ahead and make sure they get their money's worth. And well, like I said, I have so many examples. For example, let me give you a quick example. This picture right here with Bestia 666. I took this picture 20 is we have his pictures from 2014. I actually went to a show in 2014. Um, I wasn't wrestling yet. I wasn't even training yet. It was me as a fan, as you can tell, and I was there at that show. It was a Rey Mysterio promotion show, not the WWE Rey Mysterio, but the original Rey Mysterio. And there was one of the many Rey Mysterios wrestling that day, and he was wrestling. It was like a six-man tag at the end, and then in the other corner it was Bestia 666. And after the show, I think me and my cousin, we tried to approach the one of the many Rey Mysterios that was there that day to take a picture with them, and they were charging us like $20 for a picture, which is freaking bonkers. I don't know why the hell a wrestler would charge a fan $20 to take a picture with them. I mean, I would understand if he's selling in the picture, if it's a picture of him, like an 8x10 or something, an autograph 8x10. I would understand if you're gonna be selling a picture to the fans. But if you're gonna be taking a picture, it doesn't cost you shit, man. People shouldn't be so freaking. People shouldn't freaking have smoke up their ass like that, straight out. So the guy said like $10, $20 for the picture. I said fuck that. So I just kept walking and I run into Bestia. Bestia just happened to be there talking with some fans by the ring. I asked him, hey dude, can I take a picture with you? He said cool. And dude, that's all you gotta do, man. That's all you gotta do. You gotta interact with the fans that came to see you. Straight out, man. And that's why I don't I think going back to the question, why do people love you so much? I think that's why, man, because I'm accessible to them. I don't think I'm at that. I don't think I have really done anything that can't get them to. I don't think I have. I'm not one of those people that have like freaking bodyguards around them. No, I'm as cool as I am in the ring. I'm outside the ring. So go ahead and if you're a fan, come here, take a picture with me. I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. I'll take a picture with you. It's cool. We could talk for a little bit. And honestly, Eddie Islas is pretty much well, he's a cool guy, straight out, man. So anyways, I don't know. I'm just freaking going. I'm all over the place with this answer. And well, yeah, man, that's it. That was the first ever Eddie Islas Q&A here on my channel, Martinete Productions. Thanks to everybody who submitted questions. And well, hopefully we'll have another Q&A some other time. I don't know when, but we'll definitely have another Q&A some other time. But meanwhile, if you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Eddie Islas. This is the Eddie Islas official YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe, and you can see a lot of my matches in here. I'll be uploading matches. I'll be uploading thoughts. And well, yeah, man. Go ahead and come and check me out the next Q&A or the next whatever. And Eddie Islas is signing out.